Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kodash. Double honors to our apostles of James. Give me stone and salutations to you, Akim, pushing this word with all sincerity and in all truth. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, we are the real Israelites, we are the chosen people of the Father. The Israelites are scattered into the four corners of the earth. That means in all nations, in our country, wherever there is a language, we're scattered there according to the prophecy. Now, I'm going to get into this topic again. I did videos on it before, and other brothers mentioned, and the apostles mentioned this terminology, bread and circuses. It's an old Roman tactics that they always use, and just to show and prove that it's a spiritual or a way to look at that we're still in the Roman Empire, which is America, which is the revised Roman Empire. Panem et Circenses, which is bread and circus in English. Now, as I read, I'm just gonna get into some definition of word, the definition of the word entertainment, amused, and just bring out a few precepts, and hopefully it is edifying to hopefully so bread and circus. It was Juvenal, which was a Roman philosopher, I believe, that coined this system, a mechanism of influential power over the Roman mass. So you see, it was a mechanism of influential power over the Roman mass, and so it is today. All right, bread and circus is still being used today over the mass of the American people, or the people at large, people over there, especially in the West. Panem et circenses, literally bread and circuses, was the formula for the well-being of the population, and thus a political strategy. This formula offered a variety of pleasures, such as the distribution of food, public bath, gladiators, which are, you would call them your athletes today, your boxers, your footballer, your basketballer, all the your tennis player. Those are the modern day gladiators. All right, exotic animals, the zoo, chariot races, Formula 1 in today, whatsoever it is, with Formula 1 sports competition, and theater representation. It was an efficient instrument in the hands of the emperors to keep the population peaceful, keep them docile, keep them distracted, at the same time giving them the opportunity to voice themselves in these places of performance. And that's all. Today you have what you call pundits, journalists, see, your YouTubers, your vloggers, that speak on sporting issues, football, everybody have an opinion. And especially now, more than ever, everybody have that a platform which was given to them, to speak, and they feel like they have a voice, but that platform was deliberately given to them to keep them in a docile state of mind, keep them distracted from real issues that is going on in the world. And that's why all you hear most niggas talk about is sports. Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, Tyson Fury, Dante Wilder, all these things. And not that I'm saying don't watch sport, but don't overindulge, because these things are set up to keep us distracted, man, from real issues, from the thing that will affect us in the near future, man. All right. So go down further. It says before. So in all in all of that I just read, it can just it can just put it under the umbrella of what? Entertainment. Now let's look up what the word entertainment mean. Recent. No, not that one. Entertainment. Amusement or diversion provided especially by performers, and we just list out some of your top performers, them your favorite athlete, the Kyrie Irving, the LeBron James, the, name them, all of them. And the sporting event itself, is a form of, was created as a diversion to keep you amused, to keep you in a state of mind. So I'm gonna go further into what the word entertainment means, because the word entertain is basically to enter and hold the mind. All right, let me just continue. Something diverting or engaging. But in this, they're going to go further. Let's look up this word amusement. We should go back to the word amuse. Let me get that. Amuse. All right, amuse says what? To entertain or occupy. To entertain or occupy in a light, playful, or pleasant manner. All right, and that's what our people are occupied in play, occupied in pleasantry, in pleasure. And one of the driving things that attract and distract and lure our people away from real issues is the enticement, the lust, sex, over enticement, over sexualization, all of these things, man, to divert the attention of, so as to deceive. All right, and that's what happened. That's what is happening now more than ever. And one of the mediums that have Jake in La La Land now more than ever is social media, man. The Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook, you name it, the Snapchat, you know what I mean? You name it. Zane, social media on a whole. Because Jake, a lot of our people don't even know how to balance using these thing that was created, man. All right. So to go down further, let me dash that, throw it away, and then we go down in more in the word entertainment. All right, so entertainment in its entirety, I'm not gonna read that. I'm gonna go into entertain. Late 15th century, to keep up, maintain, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind, keep them distracted, keep them docile. That is one of the reasons why they free up. They are open up the country, are open up countries again from this lockdown, man. Because even Jake, even though it had a negative effect by mentally destroying a lot of people, because a lot of people got mentally ill because a lot of them were just stuck in home, have no work and all of that. A lot of them depend on partying and smoking. Jake is destroyed because the thing that they depend on to keep going, the partying and the liquor and the these things, they were locked away from that. But Jake had, a lot of our people had time to actually start to look into some things and start to see some things. So one of the reasons they open countries to give them back bread and circus, to keep them distracted. All right, even in the pandemic itself was a distraction. All right, because there was so much, man, that was being hid from the mind of the people. Because guess what? Even though they were locked away and they had the opportunity to look into things, they still did not do that, man. They know no better. They don't know what. There's no interest to look for nothing. All right. So sense of I guess late 15th century that of gratify, amuse, meaning to allow something to continue to take or take into the mind. Take into the mind. All right. So it's from Latin inter, tenere, to old. All right. So you see the word entertainment or to keep someone in a certain frame of mind, and it go down. It says to old, to enter, tenere, to old, and then meant says what? Common suffix are Latin origin, forming nouns originally from French and representing Latin mentum, which added. Sorry, not that. I just read it a while ago. Mentum, which was added verb known without any product action ever meanings during the case. There was a mente. Let me see if we can get it. There was I was looking for a definition for ment because I can remember I read something about mente meaning mind, to enter and hold the mind, because really that's what entertainment is, to enter and hold the mind, to keep you distracted, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind. All right. So where was I? Let me go back a little into this article. Before the construction of the relative building that functioned as the city's central administration, the forum area was the theater of gladiator combat. These gatherings began at the rise of 122 BC. Reserves, stand for respected spectator, were constructed around the piazza square of the Roman Forum, including the poor classes. Successive Caro Graco had these exclusive stands destroy, winning favor of the common citizen. The organization of games was an occasion to climb up the ladder of political popularity. This mechanism degenerated in performances so magnificent that they became folly, described as such by Lavio. During his youth, I'm not going to read everything. During his youth, Caesar was famous for the magnificent games he organized, as he had hundreds of gladiators fighting each other. Each political opponents were worried about the ambitions of the new rival, but he still established a reputation as a generous friend of the public. Caesar organized these games by borrowing a lot of money that was in turn well invested into what? Propaganda, earning him important position in office. Consequently, these positions enabled him to pay back every cent that he owed. We can end right there. There's much more in it, but there you have it, man. These games was well organized and well to keep our people distracted, to keep our people in our docile state of mind while, a war is being prepared. Jake is being distracted as well, man. Matthew 26 verse 41, watch and pray. This is what the Lord advised and strictly say, that we should what? Watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptation. Because all that is set up in the world, the lust of the flesh, it is enticing and it is a temptation. Alright, that the spirit, but he said the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Alright, and that's why we have to constantly ask Yahweh Hashem Yoshai to give us the strength to mortify our members, to mortify our flesh, man, because it is weak, and it is weak to the things of the world. All right. Next precept is Luke 21 verse 34, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, like your entertainment. Your entertainment. Don't be caught up with the cares of this life, man. The anxieties, the things that worry you, the distraction. Alright, and so that they come upon you unaware, because the day of the Lord, which is coming upon the world, will catch a lot of people with their pants down, man. Just like what the scripture says. Right now, our people are having a merry time because the entertainment sector have been open. They're having a very happy time, man. Party all about. All this Easter weekend, a pagan holiday coming. There's an article that make the paper that the world everywhere is booked as party is keeping everywhere. Seeing? Everywhere, man. Cares of this life, the word cares, go back to the word Greek word merimna, anxiety, care. See, we can get something else out of this. Merimna. Yeah, we can end it right there. Yeah. Yeah, this is it, man. Yeah, I found something on this. To be drawn in different direction. To be drawn in different directions. English, distraction. See, it's a distraction. Alright, and that's what they designed these games for, bread and circus, for a distraction. Alright, so the people stay in a certain frame of mind. Alright, so that they come upon you unaware. So let's go to the next verse. Says, for as a what? As a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell upon the face of the whole earth. Watch and pray always. And that's our duty. I will stand upon my watch, Habakkuk 2:1, and I will watch and what he will say unto me, and what shall I do or say when I'm reproved. Alright, he said the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. No, it said write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that read it. And when you read it, run is to what? To move quickly. When you see these things, you're supposed to be on the alert. When you see the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, about to be made mandatory, when you see World War III on the horizon, when you see famine on the horizon, when you see civil unrest, as I said today, I meet this gentleman, and he was telling me about the he is a farmer director, I believe he said, for FEMA, and he was telling me some shit, that I should stock up on. What, as I said, man, I don't dwell on that. If I get the chance to stock up on water and have food, fine. But my help and my trust is in Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. Because these men are bringing chaos to the world. War is coming in the streets, bloodshed, and Jake is caught up in this entertainment. Their mind is distracting. Their mind is being old. um in a docile position, man. They can't, they are stuck, or they are stupefied, mentally stupefied. All right. So we can end it right there, man. He said, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. And this is the reason why so much distraction is happening, man, to Akim in this truth, man. It's now more than ever, and it gonna get even more worse, more intense. Distraction left, right, and center. Anxieties. All of these things gonna plague and trouble us, man. See? But hey, watch and pray always. All right, that he enter not into temptation, because the rest of the world will enter into temptation. They will get caught out there. Then they are already caught up in the bread and circuses, the games. Right now you have one of the big let me see if we can get back a piece of the article, because they said something in the article that, let me get this part that says, during his youth, Caesar was famous for his magnificent games. You're going another political opponent. Let me get here. He said, besides using them as a political strategy, Caesar had a true passion for the games. The people were grateful to him and showed him with honor the position in large and with honor and positions in large quantities. Caesar is still celebrated as one of the prominent personages of Romanity. It was Caesar that became the Roman Empire. With time, the public became more demanding and began organizing performances that were even more costly and magnificent. Augustus Caesar, adopted son and prince of Rome, organized extraordinary games where 10,000 men battled against 3,500 wild animals from Africa. All right, so as you go along, the sports get more demanding to keep the people enticed and to keep them lusting after blood and all of these things, man, and fame and all of these things. Also in 107 AD, Trajan, on occasion of the victory against the Dacians, organized a battle over 10,000 gladiators that lasted 123 festival days. And that's how you have your Champions League, your Premier League, because these are extended, these are seasonal game, and they start months upon months. These games go on for. So right throughout the year, there is a form of sporting event or entertainment to keep Jake hooked and give them something to talk about, man, so that they don't get this, they don't divert from being distracted. All right, 123 festival days, and in which 11,000 wild animals were killed. This record was never to be exceeded, since Trajan walked away from these battles with a sum of 10,000 kilos of gold, 20 million kilos of silver, and 500,000 slaves. All right, and a lot of those slaves, a majority of those slaves was Israelite men, so-called Negroes, so-called Negroes, So hope this lesson was edifying, to the hopeful elect. With that, we're going to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yerusha again, and double honors to all apostles of GMS. Shalom Akim.